Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. John Sciambi alongside Chris Singleton. And we got a rubber match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a three-game set. They've split the first two, and regardless of how important the series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about set to go. And today's starter, Ben Brown. Been a pretty impressive first year in the big leagues for him.
Well, he's a Rookie of the Year candidate, and what I'm impressed by is his ability to make quick adjustments. The control and command has been there, something you don't see in young pitchers. But I think he's got more than just Rookie of the Year potential, but perhaps a Cy Young in the future.
The pitch. Down the right field line. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Now the number 2 hitter, Brian Hayes. That one ripped, but foul. Kicks and deals.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Runner at first with no outs here. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Devers makes the play, and there's one down. Here's the Pirates lineup now. Singy, these guys seem to be snake-bitten this year, bouncing into the most double plays in the league.
And it's, really just kind of a rally killer. I mean, a huge stumbling block when you're talking about trying to get the offense going. And, that makes this lineup frustrating to watch because they'd be scoring a bunch of runs if they didn't come unglued and just hack at all those pitchers' pitches and hit into those double plays. You've got to do a better job. And if they want to win today, they're going to have to improve in that area.
Brian Reynolds, the next to hit, takes outside. Brown measures 6 feet 6 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a curve, a cutter, and he works in a 2-seamer. And a pitch. And another ball. Check swing. He went. And it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Man at first, 1 away. One pitch is in there, and the count is even.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Not close with that one, and that's ball 3.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself in the scoring position.
Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Jones hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Edward Olivares. First offering, runner goes, pitch in for a strike. throw to second. He's safe.
Well, a nice lead and a nice steal there to get into scoring position with the heart of the order at the plate. That might just leave them to pitching around these hitters a little more because of the open base, but it's early in this ball game. Can't imagine it'll change the attack plan too much.
And the 0-1. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So one left for Pittsburgh. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy. And on the mound for Pittsburgh in this one, Bailey Falter.
Yeah, I want to see how he handles left-handed hitters in this lineup today, because coming in, lefties are batting over 300 on the year against him, so he's going to have to figure something out to get inside, keep them from getting their arms extended, and then once conscious of the inside pitch, be able to go with something away and finish them off.
So up now for Chicago, Trey Turner. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. The wind and the pitch. Late on that fastball.
On to.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. This to center field. He's got it. And there's one down. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Trey Turner.
Well, this guy commands a lot of attention, both at the plate and on the bases. When you talk about that game-changing speed, it really is a distraction. And I tell you what, when I had teammates that had that kind of speed, I loved hitting behind them because, you know, many times they were in scoring position, so easier RBIs to get. Nice player right here, leading the National League in stolen bases.
Bo Bichette in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. One out, base is empty. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 2. And foul ball. And a pitch. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. One down, base is empty. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was off. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Line drive, base hit. And that means Mike Trout will have a chance to hit.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Here's Trout. 2 for 8 in the series so far. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Outside, and that's ball 1. The pitch, and that's a little bit high. Now 2 balls and a strike. And now the lefty.
Ball, that's inside.
Nolan Jones in the on-deck circle. Devers, the runner at first with 2 gone. In for a strike and a full count now.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Three-two. This one smacked out to left center. Dives, and he can't hang on. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
Everything came together for him. Double into the gap, and that was a really nice swing to beat the inside pitch. Just beat him to the spot. Kept his hands tight inside that baseball, and that just allowed him to drive it into the alley right there.
So 2 on with 2 away. Now here's Nolan Jones, 4th on the batting average leaderboard in the National League. Oh, he botches it. And he's going to make it to first. And we'll see how they score. One scores easily, and it's 1-0. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Dansby Swanson stands in.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now.
Traffic on the bases with 1 already in here in the 3rd and final game of the series.
Ball,
that's outside, and the count even 1-1. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Late on that fastball.
2 strikes.
And that's off
ball 2.
The inside edge. And the count's even at 2. Two on, 2 outs. Out to short. They take the force out. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Second inning coming up here at Wrigley. It's the Cubs 1 and the Pirates nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started, and here's the catcher, Henry Davis. The line of the pitch. Right down the chute, and that is strike 1. And a pitch. And a foul ball. Right-hander kicks, deals.
Ball 1.
0-2 count. You've got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
The line to kick the pitch. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. Up next for the Pirates, Andy Rodriguez. 0 for 6 in the series so far. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
One down. That one in there across the letters.
Doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder up there.
The 0-2. Next
Outside,
offering
that's
is
the ball.
outside. On the ground, right side, and that chance handled. On the run, sends it over to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Batting seven, the second baseman,
Termarr Johnson digs in now. That catches the top part of the zone. 0-1. Upstairs. High fly ball, right field. Jones settles under it. And that is that. After an inning and a half, it's 1-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. Stepping in, J.D. Martinez.
J.D. Martinez.
The lefty fires. Balls at a strike to J.D.
0-1's the count.
The pitch. That's
One ball,
way
one strike.
outside. And now it's even 1-1. Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday.
Boog, and something I've heard players saying about Ricky's strike zone is how he will call the high strike. That could be something that's tough to deal with, especially if you've got a pitcher out there coming at you with high velocity.
And the pitch. And that's outside. And it's 2-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Out there to center. Crow Armstrong moves after it. He's got it. And there's one down.
Batting eight, the designated hitter,
Christopher Morel, the next Cub to hit.
Morel.
He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. And first offering is fouled off.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
That's a base hit. Around first, digging for 2. Throws to second. The tag, and they cut him down, going for 2.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to him. William Contreras. Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1.
Two outs, base is empty. Here's a rocket out to left. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. But they still lead it 1-0. Top half of the 3rd inning. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Pete Crow Armstrong.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
The pitch. On the ground to 3rd. On to 1st. 1 up, 1 down. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and the umpires might be forced to make a decision soon.
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, everyone looking and wondering when they're going to stop play. It definitely feels close.
Liover Peguero, the next Pirate to hit. Just off the inside edge. The Pirates trailing by a run. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. That one is upstairs.
2-0.
Outside. And now 3-0. And there's the automatic. That one fouled off. Goes down looking.
The Uncle Charlie Boog kept it up his sleeve the entire bat till the 6th pitch. Snapped it off, dropped it in there, and just frozen.
What's with the Uncle Charlie nickname? I mean, people use it all the time. Doesn't feel like it's common knowledge as to why.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like something we could find on the interweb, though.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. But why not like Uncle Carl or something like that? Uncle Curly.
Uncle Boog.
Well, but then what would it be, a breaking ball? And first offering is fouled off. Righty to the plate.
Oh.
The Cubs leading by a run here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Ground ball left side. In time to Devers, and the Pirates go 1-2-3. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh, and it remains 1-0. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Trey Turner now.
The 3rd baseman. Turner.
Falter back to work. Slice the other way and foul.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
And he deals. Finds its way through. And aboard on the leadoff single.
The batter, number 11. Shortstop.
Well, Bichette up to the dish. He's 0 for 1. This guy makes great contact. One of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate. There's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
Foul ball there. And here it comes. Pitch misses there, and that is ball 1. Turner gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Liner, base hit. Around second is Turner. Around third, the relay to the plate, but it's offline. And they take a 2-run lead.
Picks himself up an RBI. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance, and great transfer. And he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Man aboard, and here is Devers. Singled and scored his first time. And that one fouled off. Here comes a pitch.
1-1.
And a foul ball. Here's a 1-2. Bichette goes. Got him swinging. Save at second, and that was not close.
Number 27.
Now Trout gets a chance to hit. Doubled in his first AB. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Now the 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
No ball.
He was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
And it's second. And that's off the inside edge. It's a ball and 2 strikes. This one lifted in the air, left field. Reynolds gets under it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Nolan Jones.
And up next for Chicago, Nolan Jones. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
That's the ball.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Count
1-0.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
Popped in the air, left field. Corrals it, and that is that. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 2-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Here at Wrigley Field, on to the 4th. Now the third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
And the righty deals. That misses the zone, and it's 2-0. That one missed. It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
Righty delivers. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Ryan Reynolds here. Flied to right his first time. Reynolds goes 6 feet 3 inches, 29 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2016. First offering, and it just misses. The pitch.
No bets off the plate. Ball
well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0. He's put himself in a really good spot.
That one catches the zone, and it's 2-1. The Pirates down by a pair, top half of inning number 4. And there's a foul ball. Kicks and deals. Into left center for a base hit. Around second is Hayes. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Edward Olivares, the next Pirate to hit. And fouled off. The Pirates trailing by 2 here in the third and final game of the series. This one in the dirt.
0-2 is the count.
He's in there. And now a single might score 2. Way outside, and a count 1-2. Pitch. And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Henry Davis, the next Pirate to hit. Golden opportunity right here. Just missed.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
And that one fouled off. Hayes, the runner at third. Reynolds over at second with 1 down. Next pitch is outside. 2 on, 1 out. And that one is lifted in the air. 2 down.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
So digging in, Endy Rodriguez. Grounded out his first time up. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
Right through there for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
2 outs, 2 in scoring position. And a ground ball to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Pirates strand a couple. They trail things here 2-0. Bottom 4, so up now for Chicago. Dansby Swanson.
Second baseman, Dansby Swanson.
The wind and the pitch. That one's in there. Strike 1.
You know, these Cubs doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
The 1-1. And another ball.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
The 2-1. Bounce to the left side. Peguero gets it to first, and Swanson is set down.
Now batting, the left fielder, J.D. Martinez.
And now J.D. Martinez 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
That's in for a strike on the outside corner.
Hold 1 to the count.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
In the air, center field. Crow Armstrong should have it. 2 away now.
The designated hitter, number 5.
Christopher Morel, the next Cub to hit. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player.
And a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And ball 1. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
And that's down and away.
I don't know how you take that one after the called strike on the corner, just a little bit off the edge.
The 2-2. And another ball. William Contreras up next. Two down, nobody on. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, inning over. here at Wrigley Field, and here is Termarr Johnson. Brown back to work. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
You know, these Pirates, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
0-2 now. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Pirate to hit. First time up, he grounded to third.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the fifth. Left-hand hitter waits. Right field, down the line, and that one slices foul. In the air, left field. Dives, but it falls. Could be extra bases. Around second now as they still don't have it. In there safely.
Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Runner at third with one gone. And stepping in is the speedy Liover Peguero. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that one upstairs. Crow Armstrong stands at third with one gone in the inning. And that one hammered back there. And that one hops the wall. He's in safely at second. And a run comes in to score.
He was all over that one. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
Back to the top of the lineup, and next is the designated hitter. 1 for 2.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Wouldn't chase that time. That one misses, and that's ball 3.
I just feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Key Brian Hayes waits on deck for Pittsburgh. One out and a runner at second here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. And there's the automatic. right-hander deals, and that's ball 4.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Number 13.
First and second, 1 out. Now batting Ke'Bryan Hayes.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
That's outside, and it's 1-0. Runners at first and second with 1 gone.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
2-1.
In the dirt. To third. Tag. Got him.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So that's the case. You got to shut it down. He gets caught stealing there, takes himself out of scoring position.
At the belt and fires. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the third and final game of the series. Next pitch is outside.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's wrong.
Ground ball up the middle. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
If he would have had just a little quicker release going up the middle, he's maybe able to get that out right there. And that's the kind of play that defines the best shortstops between just the average ones.
So 2 down. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Brian Reynolds. That one the other way, and that's a fair ball. One runs in, now it rolls down into the corner. Goes into second, that's an RBI double. The relay, and he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning. They get 2 and draw even again. Last half of the 5th coming up. We are tied 2-2. Back here at the friendly confines. John Sciambi with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5. William Contreras.
William Contreras.
And a pitch.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning, get that hot team back in there to swing the bats. You know, these Cubs, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
The 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. The hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
Good job to fight that one off.
Now he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Got him. Now one away.
Well, kind of a weird pitch and a weird swing on that strikeout. It's just a slider that caught a lot of the plate. I'd say a very hittable location. But in the box, I think he just gave up on it way too early. And by the time he realized it was dropping into the zone, he just fires off a really poor swing.
Turner in the box again. Takes the strike. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. That's outside. And the count is 1-1. Ground off the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Bo Bichette, the next Cub to hit. That smash towards center. He's got it.
The batter, the first baseman, Rafael Devers.
Rafael Devers up to hit. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate and try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Ball 1 low.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Line to left. And that gets down for a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
First and second, 2 down. Here's Mike Trout.
So clutch, you could argue that he's been this team's MVP this year.
This one chopped in the ground, but foul. First and second, 2 down. Fouled off. He was late. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the inning. Cubs strand a couple. Score remains 2-2. And we're back. Now it's the right fielder, Edward Olivares.
Edward Olivares.
The wind to the pitch. And he drops it down the third baseline. And that's just foul. The 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
And the next pitch is way outside. Righty to the plate. And it goes just foul. Kicks and fires. The other way. Nice grab.
Great reaction there. The momentum of the dive takes him into foul territory, but comes up and makes the play. Outstanding job to get an out right there.
Here's the catcher, Henry Davis.
So critical to keep an eye on the pitch count this time of the year. Guys can start to run on fumes a little bit. Mechanics can drop off. And we know they need him to be fresh and ready for big innings in October.
On the inside corner for a strike.
I think that hook's looking pretty sharp today. Just a solid pitching performance so far, and I really think it's because of that curveball.
Base knock center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. You'll often hear the phrase, short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
Now here is Andy Rodriguez. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Trying to keep this a 2-2 game, and we're the top half of the sixth. In the air, right field. Jones has this one sized up. Brings it in.
Now batting, the second baseman, Termar.
Now it's the second baseman, Termar Johnson. Just off the outside edge, and that's ball one. Davis off the first with 2 away. Misses outside, and now 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Two outs. Right through there for a strike. The 2-1. And another ball. Pete Crow Armstrong next to bat for the Bucs. Is on the way. And a strike on the outside edge.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Right-hander kicks, deals, and he walked him.
Well, that could be a big walk in this ball game. Moves the go-ahead run into scoring position. So some pressure pitches coming up in this next AB.
Go-ahead run on base. Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Pirate to hit. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. And that one
First
got a
base.
piece of him.
Well, there's no hiding in this spot. Bases loaded now, and no more wiggle room for any more mistakes like that.
Liover Peguero getting ready to hit. Peguero having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. Fought off foul. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. And that's downstairs and outside. Two outs, bases are full. Down the line, and it's foul.
Man, he's close as he trying to get through 6 full innings right now. He's about to throw his 100th pitch. I'd be surprised if this isn't it for him.
And he deals. That one not close. And the count is 2-2.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
It's a strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Martin Perez.
And he's had a tough go of it against left-handed batters this year. They've been hitting him hard, so we'll see how he does here.
Now at the plate, Nolan Jones.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. There's a strike. Bullpen action for the Pirates. Jose Hernandez up and loosening in the pen. Holderman, the right-hander, also getting loose. Clips a corner.
0-2.
Bounced up the middle. Peguero whips it to first on the run. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Number 8, second baseman, Dansby Swanson.
Here's the second baseman, Dansby Swanson. Pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's
Yep, that
outside.
ball went out.
1 ball, 1 strike. And
Whoa,
that's a little
up
high.
there.
One down, base is empty.
That's
And
ball
another
3.
ball.
First pitch strike
Three
from the
balls,
pitcher,
one
but then
strike.
no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count.
And now the lefty fouled off down the right side. line of the pitch. In the air, left field. Reynolds makes the grab. Out. Number 2.
Now batting. The left field.
Now J.D. Martinez at the plate. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. There's a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And that keeps the inning going.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now it's the DH, Christopher Morel. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Martinez off of first with 2 away. Fastball for a strike. And the count is 0-2.
A bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And here it comes. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that should be extra bases. And that's a double. Around third. The relay throw. And he's out. Got down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time. And they cut down the run to end the inning.
And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 7th. To the plate now for Pittsburgh is the DH, number 19. The right-hander back to work. Just missed. The pitch. And a good eye there. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. And that one sliced foul. Two down. Sets him down looking. Clip the bottom of the zone with a curve for strike 3.
Man, he had the stanky leg on that one right there. That curveball just locked him up.
Hey.
Key Brian Hayes, the next Pirate to hit. And a foul ball. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. Fastball in for a strike. 0-2 now. In the air, left field, down the line. Martinez makes the grab on the run.
Outstanding catch right there, and I love the commitment that he showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Ball one there.
I got a ball, one strike.
Lifted in the air, right center field. On the move. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Here at Wrigley Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's William Contreras.
Well, not only can Perez pitch, but he can also sing. Remember, he performed the national anthem for Team Venezuela leading up to the World Baseball Classic. If you watch that video, you'll see how much that moment meant to him.
As the lefty gets to work. That's down and in. Perez measures 6 feet even, 33 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. And a pitch. That's a laser base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
So the lineup flips over. Here's Trey Turner, third baseman, playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. Off the mark there, and that's ball one. With the go-ahead run at first, here the bottom of the 7th. Hammered down the line, should be extra bases. Around second, on his way to third. Heading for the plate. Relay throw home. He scores and they get the lead. 3-2. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Well, he's so dialed in, I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing, nice and relaxed. This is the type of approach you want to see guys take in this situation.
Runner at third, nobody out. And next for the Cubs, Bo Bichette.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
This one blasted the other way, down the line, and it's a foul ball. And that's a strike. The shortstop takes a ball. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Devers now. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. just missed. Turner stands at third with one gone in the inning. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. And the pitch. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. In comes the run from third. And they lead by 2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
One gone, runner at first. And now batting, Mike Trout. 1 for 3. Hard ground ball, base knock. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out.
Well, how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Colin Holderman taking over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
First and second, 1 out. And now the right fielder, Nolan Jones.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
On the ground to first, could be 2. Feeds to second, out there. And that's quick work out of the pen. 1 batter, 2 outs, inning over. A couple of runs in the inning puts them ahead. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Cubs 4 and the Pirates. We're at the top of the 8th. Now here is Edward Olivares. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Lucas Erceg.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
The pitch. Swings through that one for strike 1. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Joe Jimenez up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Lifted in the air out to left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Whips it across. Gets the catcher by a step.
The first baseman, number 25,
Andy Rodriguez, the next Pirate to hit. And first offering is fouled off. The Cubbies holding on to a 2-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. And a swing and a miss.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out. They'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Righty delivers. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. Bucks go down quietly, still down by a count of 4-2. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Jose Hernandez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now, Dansby Swanson.
The second baseman, Dansby Swanson.
The pitch. Not even close there. And that is ball one. Activity in Pittsburgh's bullpen. Ryan Barucki appears to be getting loose. And the 1-0. There's a strike. 95 of that one. That clips the inside corner for a strike. And a pitch. Foul ball, still 1-2 count. The pitch just misses.
Inside, ball two.
The count now 2-2.
It's a good take.
Kicks and deals. That one way outside, and the count's full. Payoff pitch. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And Martinez. That one misses. Ball one. One down, base is empty. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Morel now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
There's a strike. 95 of that one. Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and they can't get the out.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Man at first, and here's the catcher, William Contreras. pitch, and he just misses.
Ball one, no strike.
And another ball. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Up the middle, and he knocks it down. And they get the out after the ricochet. Out number 3. Cubs leave one as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Back here at the friendly con.
The second baseman, Johnson.
New arm out of the bullpen, Joe Jimenez.
Number 77.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
The pitch. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Jimenez, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. Oh, 1 now. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man on base to start the inning. Singy, that's a start.
Yeah, as soon as that ball got through, I could see down in the dugout, players pumping their fists. They know that they got a chance in this ball game.
Here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. That pitch gets the corner. It's 0-1. With the tying run at the plate, here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a ball lifted left field. And now maybe extra bases. They'll throw to third, into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a high leverage spot right there. Just a blue hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
Digging in, Leover Peguero into center. Trout is there. Makes the grab. Running tags from third. The throw's offline. He's safe. And it's a one-run game.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at-bat. Got the job done.
So the batting order turns over. Next is the designated hitter. A strikeout and a walk.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. When you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
No fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
So the tying run at second. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Feeling for the wall. Makes the catch and foul ground.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
The batter, the third baseman.
So it's their last chance in this one. Key Brian Hayes, the next Pirate to hit. Trying to deliver as the hero.
Right through there for a strike. And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
Righty to the plate. Ground ball to the right side. And it's just foul. That was close. The Pirates down to their final strike.
Ball.
Missed with a changeup. Now 1-2. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that ends the ball game. The tying run left stranded at second.
These players just want to keep it rolling right now. You win this series, you got another team coming in, and you want to do exactly the same. Maybe even push a little further, get yourself a sweep. You know the fans are going to be behind this club. They've been playing really well, and these players, you can tell they feel the energy these fans bring to the ballpark.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 4 runs on 14 hits. No errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Pirates, 3 runs on 9 hits. 1 error. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours.